achieve your objective, such as to reduce the cost, yeah, make sure you have the enough quantity, you have a good quality, you can save time, and then you the product is also safe. Everything is done in a good manner. So basically, let me simplify this operation management. It means that the inputs are the resources that are used by your business. For a cookie business, for example, inputs include the flour, yeah, tepung, butter, sugar, chocolate chip, packaging, labor, the equipment, labor as well. You have the workers, equipment, machines, electricity, and also your time, actually. And when I say transformation process, it's actually the activity that changes the input into the output, which is your product or your service. For a cookie business, this includes your mixing dough, yeah, shaping cookie, you bake, you cooling them, you packing them, and storing them before you actually uh, 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 pass over to the next in the supply chain, yeah, probably directly to the delivery guy or the retail or until it reach the potential your customer. And the outputs are the final product or services that delivered to the customer. In this case, the output is your packed cookies ready for sale and delivery. So operations management will ensure that this process is efficient, consistent, safe, and also profitable. Okay, so the main element in this lecture, operations management, is the first one, location planning. A good business location can increase your sales, can reduce the operating cost, and also improve profit. For a physical business, the location is very obvious. For example, a cafe, if you have, should be located where the customers can easily find it. But even for an online business, location still matters. Why? Because production still happens somewhere. You still need a place to store your raw materials, right? You buatlah bisnes online macam mana pun, you mesti ada nak packing, nak buat, nak buat kilang dia kan, nak barang, nak proses and so on. So you have to prepare the product, you have to pack the orders, and you have to arrange delivery. Sebab tu kalau you tengok live dekat TikTok kan, dia nak attract dia, buatlah proses-proses dia. Oh, dia packing, ada order masuk, packing, post, packing kan. So those are the same idea in operation management. So for the cookie example, your cookie contoh tadi kan, entrepreneur must consider whether the production location is close to the suppliers or delivery services, the manpower, and also target customer. The location must also have the proper facilities, the electricity, the water, the storage area, the cleanliness, and also accessibility. Okay. Okay. The second one that is important, the first one is location just now, and the second, the process design. Okay. What does it mean by process design? Process design means deciding how the work will be done step by step. For example, in the cookie business, yeah, the process may be first receive ingredients, and then you check the quality, and then store ingredients. You prepare the dough, you shape cookies, bake, cool, pack, label, store, and then deliver. So this process must be clear because unclear processes will create mistakes. If you write only like in the operation manual, you just write, we will produce cookies. It is not enough. Your business plan should explain the flow of activities. Okay, all right. Location, and then process design. The third one is the sourcing of equipment. So entrepreneur must choose suitable equipment based on the quality, the price, the quantity, after sales service, the maintenance, and also production needs. For example, your small cookies business, you may need a mixer, yeah, the oven, the baking trays, the weighting scale, the packaging sealer, the storage containers, and also labeling tools. If the demand increases, the entrepreneur may need a larger oven or probably a semi-automatic equipment, probably. So the key point is the equipment must match the production volume and also the quality requirement. Okay. The fourth one, layout planning. This is about arranging the workspace equipment, uh, the workspace itself, yeah, all the materials, the people, and so on. So the work can flow smoothly. Yeah, so a poor layout normally can cause a delay, mistakes, accidents, and also lower the productivity. So, um, A good layout will support efficient process flow and then safe operation and also better control. Yeah. Okay. Fifth, number 5, the production planning and capacity management. This is part of the operation management. Capacity means how much output the business can produce within a certain time. For example, if the cookie business can produce 200 packs per day, that is its daily capacity. Okay, that's what it means. So this is important because your marketing later must match your operations. Imagine the business runs a big online promotion and receive 1,000 orders in one day, for example. Yeah, but your production capacity is only 200 packs per day. So customer will be disappointed because the order will be delayed. So that's the idea of it. Okay. So you as an entrepreneur, you must plan the capacity based on your sales forecast. So in the business plan, you probably will write something like, our production capacity is 200 packs per day using one oven and 2 workers. So during peak demand, we will add one part-time worker and extend production hours. So this is brilliant. It sounds more realistic than simply just saying we will accept all orders. No, I'm not accepting this. So you have to be careful on what you write in this in these chapters, the section that explaining operations management. Okay, you also need number 6, the inventory management. Okay, what does it mean? Inventory will include the raw materials, the work in progress, and also the finished goods. Okay, for the cookie business, for example, inventory will include your flour, your sugar, your butter, chocolate chip, packaging, boxes, the labels, and also the ready packed cookies and so on. So inventory must be managed carefully. Too little inventory can cause stock shortage. This means the business cannot meet customer demand. If too much inventory will increases the storage costs and may also cause wastages, especially if the materials have expired dates. Yeah, so be careful. So your business must find the right inventory level. For fast-moving items, normally what you do is that you may want to keep more stock. And for slow-moving items, normally businessmen or entrepreneur will keep fewer but enough quantities. Okay. Number 7. Number 7 is quality management. Hold on. What does it mean by quality? Quality means the product or service meets standards and also customer expectation. Yeah, quality is important because poor quality will create serious costs. External costs will include the complaints, bad reviews, refunds, rejected products, and loss of repeat customer. Those are some of the external waste. Okay. Internal costs include wasted materials. You have to rework the job, yeah, extra labor, low worker morale, demotivated workers. It's easy to say. So basically, an entrepreneur, you should not only check quality at the end, you should prevent any defects from happening. For example, you can, for the business cookies, you can standardize the recipe. You use weighting scales, yeah, ukur dan timbang betul-betul. You set your baking temperature and time, inspect your packaging, record customer complaints, so on, so on, so on. So those are some of it. So by finding the root cause, normally what we can do is we can solve the real problem instead of just guessing. Yeah. Okay. Number 8, operational cost and product costing. Every entrepreneur must understand the cost of producing the product. Operational costs normally include the direct materials, direct labors, overhead. Direct materials are the materials used directly in the product, such as your flour, butter, sugar, and chocolate chips, and so on just now. Direct labor is the labor directly involved in the production, while overhead will include indirect costs, such as the rental, utility, transport, maintenance, so on, that you pay administration and so on. So why is costing important? Pricing without costing is very, very dangerous. Yeah, if the entrepreneur sells one pack of cookie, for example, you sell for 10 ringgit lah. Yeah, but the actual cost is 9 ringgit and 80. Profit is too small, 20 sen. If you forget to include packaging, delivering material, electricity, or labor in the cost, means that you are lost. You are at loss. No profit there. They are not a profit. So in your business plan, you should show that your selling price is supported by a realistic cost calculation. Yeah. Okay. How are you going to do that? Next week, covering the financial. So probably we can look into how you can have your business plan completed. Yeah. You see again these two topics. Yeah, both topic. Lecture 8, just now I said it becomes the implementation of digital launch. Yeah? It explain how business will be digitally built and launched. Yeah, and then on lecture 9 becomes the operations or production plan, where I already explained how the business will run every day, how you need to show them. You should explain your location, yeah, the process flow, the equipment use, the layout, capacity, inventory, quality control, operational costs, and so on, so on. So I want you to have those in your business plan. So by using these two chapters, actually, you almost complete your business plan. Just one last part, we are going to explain next week. I will give you all the example needed, and at the same time, we will also start our individual assignment next week. Okay, so I share some guideline and notes on how you can register in many platform that is available, that is popular in this country, in Malaysia. So I probably will share it this week. I'll try my very best so you can start reading first. So next week we go into details on how you can actually start the 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 individual assignment as well, and together with completing your group project when you complete the last part, which is the financial part. Okay, so to wrap up for today's lecture, I want you to remember these three key points. The first one, a business plan is not just about describing a business idea. You must explain how the business will be launched and how it will be operate. So the notes on the lecture 8 just now will help you to prepare the implementation or the digital launch plan. Focuses on the project management, digital platform, the marketplace setup, the payment gateway, your customer journey, timeline, and the deliverables of the company. And last, the lecture 9 itself just now, operations management, will help you to prepare the operations or production plan. Yeah, it focuses on the inputs, the process, the outputs, the location, equipment, layout, capacity, quality, and costing, and so on. So you can refer back to my PowerPoint lectures notes as well. Yeah, I have it in more details apart from just this poster. Yeah, so your business plan assignment, I don't want you to write general statements such as we will sell online or we will manage operations properly and so on. So instead, I want you to be very specific, go into the details, explain what platform you will use, explain the timeline, explain your customer journey, explain your production process, explain your equipment, your capacity, yeah, explain your inventory, explain your quality checks, explain your costs, because that is how your business plan becomes more convincing. Okay, so when both these are included properly, I'm sure your business plan becomes more complete, more practical, and more realistic. Okay, with that, I end my lecture for today. I hope you enjoy your time, and at the same time, do not forget to complete your group project assignment soon. I already extend it until week 13. So you still have like another 2 weeks time to do it. Yeah, next week we cover on the financial, so you have more time, inshallah. All the best all. Thank you very much. Bye bye now.